Are you at a point where you're feeling lost? Perhaps you're ready to try some new things and pursue some new opportunities. Unfortunately, you're kind of lost and you just aren't sure what you should do. Whatever the situation, you just know it's time for something to change. The question then becomes, how do you set a course for a change in your life when you just aren't sure what to do next? How do you decide what path to follow when you have no idea what it is that you want? If we haven't met before, I'm Shelley from Taming Frenzy. I talked in a previous video that you are not selfish if you are ready to take your turn. You are not a bad daughter, a bad wife, a bad mother, a bad friend, or a bad anything else for that matter. Those are beliefs that have been pounded into our skulls that we really need to be able to get rid of. You are a human being with a reason you were put on this earth, and the reason is not just to satisfy the demands and the wants and the needs of everyone around you. Now that hopefully you've realized that it's not selfish to take your turn, you've got some choices to make about what path you want to follow. But it can be confusing, no doubt about it. Sometimes this confusion is a good thing because it means that we realize that the choices available to us are wide open. We can create that new future just as we see fit. It's great to be at the point where our obligations no longer require all of our time and all of our energy and all of our attention. We finally have time that we lacked in years past to pursue our own goals and our own dreams. And yes, we finally have the time when we can do something for ourselves. But what if we're not sure about what it is that we want? How do you chart a path towards a dream or a goal when you aren't sure what it is? As we get older and our life changes, we're at the ideal stage to chase our dreams, to pursue our goals, to fulfill our potential, to let our little light shine, so to speak, and to finally do the things that we've been putting off for so long. But honestly, too many of us really don't have a clue what it is that we want. We have put our own goals and dreams off for so long that we're not even sure we have any goals and dreams. Or if we had any, we have forgotten what they are. They have been so deeply buried. However, most of us did not start out this way. Somewhere inside of us in our past, there's a little girl who started out bold and fearless, who knew what she wanted, who had things she wanted to do. That little girl had things she wanted to do with her life. But as years went by, we eventually lost touch with that little girl. She kind of got buried deep inside of us, and we lost track of all the goals and dreams that little girl held. Fortunately, that little girl buried inside of us may hold the key. If you're struggling to figure out what is the next thing for you to do, if you're struggling to figure out what your next goal is or what you should pursue on your next path, take a look inside. Talk to that little girl. See what information she's got for you. Start thinking about what it was that she wanted to do when she was young. Did she want to be a ballerina? Did she want to train horses? Did she love to write stories? Or did she love to put bandages on her dolls whenever they got a boo-boo? Also, think about what that little girl was good at. Did she like being in charge? Was she good at organizing games and activities? Did she seem to have a knack for leadership? Did she love to sing? Was she creative? Maybe she was good with numbers. And don't forget to think about the things that got her all fired up. Maybe she got riled up at injustice, or maybe she always stuck up for the underdog. Did she want to bring home every stray dog and stray cat so that they would have a home? Did unfairness bring out her fighting side? Now, I'm not telling you that these are the exact things that you should pursue. There are now so many possibilities that are open to us, and frankly, there are things that weren't even created at the time we were little girls. Many of the things that we could do today, if we chose, did not literally even exist in the past. But the answers to those questions may give you some clues and some hints about what chart you need to pursue for your future. They may give you a hint at interests that you had but have long since abandoned. They may remind you of skills and talents that you once enjoyed and enjoyed using. And with that information, you can begin to examine the possibilities and the options and the opportunities that are available to you now. Perhaps that little girl who liked to put bandages on her doll's boo-boos would be great at being a patient advocate. Maybe the little girl who was good at math and was good with numbers would like to start her own online business as a bookkeeper. Perhaps the little girl who enjoyed writing stories would enjoy being a novelist and sharing the stories that are still inside of her with the world. Self-publishing opens up a world of opportunities there. Maybe that little girl who was incensed by unfairness and injustice needs to run for office so she can help create change and make the world a better place. There are so many options and things that are available to us now that simply were not available when we were younger. Technology has opened up avenues that we never even dreamed existed back then. Figuring out what you want to do when you're older can be scary, primarily because you're going to have to look deep and uncover some parts of you that may have been hidden for many, many years. But there's something inside of us that gives us the clues that we need to chart a new course. Take the time to discover what it is. Create a plan to make it happen, work the plan, and do things in this new phase of your life. And trust that there is a little girl inside of you that holds the key. Honestly, you owe it to her to discover what it is. I hope that you'll watch the rest of the videos in this series on charting a new course. I'd also love it if you'd subscribe to the channel. And until next time, let's all tame some frenzy.